Very good. Well, I'm excited for what you guys are going to learn today, present today. This is going to be good for you that are already distributors, and also for the people that are brand new over here. You're going to learn what we're doing. We're doing really big things all over the globe, and a lot of people have become very successful because of the movement that we're presenting over here. So we have a couple presenters tonight. Chris is going to present the compensation plan. Justin is controlling the chat. So if you have any questions, Jess, did you mute everybody already?
Yeah, I just muted everybody.
Okay, cool. So everybody's on mute right now, so I can't hear anything, but it's interactive. So if you have any questions, post them on the chat. Justin's going to relay it to me so I can answer everything for you guys. Okay, so let's get started. First, let me open up my screen share. Okay, and let me go into presenter mode. And I want to make sure that everybody sees the screen share. If you're able to see the screen, the big E in the Kangen water over there, just pop a yes on the chat. Yes, I just want to make sure the screen share is working for everybody. And then we'll start moving forward. Let me kind of minimize the screen. There we go. All right. Everybody seeing the screen, make sure you're popping on the chat. Just throw in a YES, a yes. All right. Are we good, Jess? Everyone's...
Yep. I'm a lot of yeses coming down there, so yep, we're good.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so our team, we work with this company, Enagic, world-class company, been around for almost half a century. We've been changing lives all over the world in the health and wealth industry. Let me just move this box down over here. The company itself, I want to share a little bit about the company's mission and vision. They've been around since 1974. We've been exploiting many nations all over the world. Most of this movement has just been blowing up in the last 10 years. We're currently in 32 different countries, all over the world, and it's just exploding, the movement exploding. We have a new movement that we're just starting to spread in Ecuador. So there's a very, very profitable opportunity for the people in Ecuador because we're still in the introduction stage in Ecuador. You'll see in other countries where we've already been for a couple of years, people are earning hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, creating millionaires all over the world. So you can see some of the pictures, some of the people that are making these fortunes all over the world, including especially here in the United States. The company itself has moved just over 1 million units already since '97. And the way that the growth this company has had, it's had exponential growth. Get some feedback.
Got a little bit of feedback from somebody.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Ah, there we go.
All fixed.
Okay. It might be from new people, just so when new people come in, just make sure they mute immediately.
Got it, bro.
And welcome, Ant. So we've done 1 billion units since '97. In those 1 million units, created multiple millionaires. Thousands of people making six-figure earners, and even more so of people just leaving their 9 to 5 in that first 1 million units. The next 1 million, because of the movement that we're having now, it's grown exponentially. They expect the next 1 million to just be in the next 3 years. So the impact that's going to make for the distributors that come in now is going to make so much more wealth, so much more success. And it is us brand new distributors that's going to be a huge part in that next 1 million. Okay, so you want to be a part of that next 1 million because that's going to happen fast. So a lot of people are going to make a lot of money really, really fast. Team impact, that's us. We've been in business for a little over 10 years. We're mentored by the top ranked multi-million-dollar earner in the company. His name is Romeo Verdera. Actually, everyone calls him Romy Verdera. This is him over here. He just picked up that $200,000 check from our last event. We just came back from Japan. So we are mentored by the best of the best in this industry, and that's why we're able to be so successful in this opportunity. Oh, let me get over here. Okay. Now, who am I? My name is Jason Verdera. I'm actually the son of the top earner. My background was I was an auto mechanic. You know, I was an auto mechanic earning about $40,000 a year before I got involved with this opportunity. So we were neck deep in debt. We were so stressed out. Both me and my wife, who you're going to see later on in this program, and we really had no outlet. You know, we weren't making a lot of money, and we were about $65,000 in credit card debt, and we were not living a good life. You know, and then my father introduced me to this. He was making incredible money. And we're like, you know, let's give this thing a shot. And since then, in the last 10 years, that $44,000 I was making as an auto mechanic, got to leave and throw that away because this started to make more sense and more money than we were doing as an auto mechanic. Now we just do this full-time entrepreneurs. We travel the world whenever we want. All our debt wiped clean, school loans wiped clean, credit card bills wiped clean. We're completely debt-free. Our business has grown. Last year has been our best year. Actually, now he's not on the. She can't hop on to the end because she's doing the taxes right now. But last year was our best year. We did a little over $250,000 from just $40,000 a year. So, and now we're able to travel the world. We live coast to coast, back and forth between New York and California. We get to buy some really fun toys. You saw the boat over there. We just acquired that last year. Just acquired our second Benz 2 years ago, our Mercedes-Benz. And I'm not saying this to brag or anything to you guys. I want you to know the potential that this business has. We just came back from a month-long vacation in Asia. We traveled through Singapore, Japan, and the Philippines. We just got back into California a little over a week now. I think it's just been a week since we came back. We grabbed our mail, because we held our mail for a month. And if you see in the top right corner of this picture, that was our mail from the last month. What you see in those pictures, those are commission checks that the company sends us. You know, so we get passive income. We haven't been working all month, and we still get all of this income coming in because it's all passively from us building the team. So us to be able to do this, it's through the information that you're going to learn today, okay? Because we do things differently from a lot of people. There's a lot of distributors, especially here in the United States. We do things a little differently from them. That's why we're able to be so successful, and that's what we're going to teach you guys today. Alrighty, let me just click on. So before we get into the business side and how we actually make this money, I want for the brand new people just to learn a little bit. If you've never heard of Kangen Water, we're just going to go over it just for 5 minutes, just so you know a little bit of what our product actually is. A lot of this information you can find on Google and search. So we're not going to go too in depth on what it is. What tonight is really about is making money. So that's what we're going to keep our focus on. But I want you to know what it is. Kangen Water, it's healthy, healing, holistic water. I'm going to show you a quick 5-minute actually it's a 3-minute video which explains it in a nutshell. And then when I play this, just type yes so that Justin can see if you are able to hear the audio. If you can't hear the audio, just let Justin know. He'll let me know.
Water, something we all need to live. But what makes hydrogen water so special? In this episode, I'll be covering the history behind hydrogen-rich water or ionized water. Hey, beautiful, sexy soul. My name is Sebastian Restrepo, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys pretty cool information about hydrogen water. And I know what you're thinking. Water is just water, right? Of course! Well, did you know there are several natural springs around the world where you can travel to and drink what they call miracle water? And they call it miracle water because thousands of people have traveled to these special places and they have experienced positive side effects from drinking these waters. So in the 1960s, scientists traveled to these places to test the water and to see what was so special about it. And they came to the conclusion that these waters were, one, alkaline, and two, they contain active hydrogen. So in the 1970s, the Japanese scientists gathered all this information and they created the first water ionizer in the world. They combined this information with the process called electrolysis, which was invented by Michael Faraday in the 1800s. These machines were only available to Japanese hospitals until Enagic made it available to the public about 20 years ago. One of these special places is located in Lourdes, France. This water is located under a cathedral and is considered to be very holy. Thousands of people travel there every single day to line up and fill up their water bottles with this special water. Last year, a local man from Greenville, South Carolina, traveled to this place in Lourdes, France, because he was considered terminally ill by the doctors. He didn't give up. He traveled to this special place. He drank the water. He felt the energy from this place, and he brought this bottle as a gift. I'm not sure if you can see the Virgin in front of this small bottle, but that's the Virgin of Lourdes. So this water is considered very, very holy, and that's why thousands of people travel to this special place every year. The second place that I want to talk to you guys about is located in Hunza Valley, Pakistan. The people there live up to 120 years old with no diseases whatsoever. Their water is one of their main secrets. And as you can see in this video, this water travels down their mountains, and the cloudiness is actually the hydrogen in the water. And as you can see in this video, Enagic's water ionizers produces the same type of water. Now, don't get me wrong, the people in Hunza Valley, Pakistan has three things that we don't: clean water, clean soil, and clean air. Three main things for optimal health. Unfortunately for us, we have many toxins in our air nowadays that creates free radicals inside our bodies. And these free radicals causes many diseases within our bodies. That's why it's so important to have this piece of technology in our homes, because it allows us to get the benefits from the water without living in a mountain. I really hope you guys like this information, and I really, really hope you guys apply it to your life. I know this information might be new for a lot of us, but it's about the knowledge, and my mission is to educate you guys. And if you have any questions, please get in touch with me or whoever sent you this video. I hope you guys enjoy the video, have a great day, and stay hydrated.
How awesome is that? A miracle water, you know? It sounds unbelievable, you know? I remember when I first heard about it, I was like, wow, how can water like do this and that? But let me tell you, we helped out thousands of people already in the last 10 years, and the company Enagic's been doing this for almost half a century. This water has been proven through time. So we're so excited. And what's great is it's been picked up since it's been here in the United States by doctors, athletes, fitness professionals. They're all finding out the benefits of this miracle water. So if you see over here in the pictures, you're going to see some of the people who got involved with this technology and are using this Kangen water. These are the biggest names of these industries. Like when we talk about the music industry, Mariah Carey, this was an episode of VH1 where you saw her system. Both Manny Pacquiao in boxing, Manny Pacquiao and both Floyd Mayweather uses this water. We're talking about football. Who's better than the GOAT, Tom Brady, greatest of all time. You can see his machine in his kitchen, music, UFC fighters, all over. We have news reports, books that's already reporting about this. So this isn't brand new, unheard of, unknown stuff. This is stuff that people already know in small pockets of circles, fitness circles, health circles, sports circles. They already know the health benefits, know why this water is a miracle water, and they swear by it, and they're telling all of their following. Like Jillian Michaels from the TV show The Biggest Loser, probably the most well-known fitness trainer in the earth. For our New Yorkers over here, we had a 2-page article in the New York Post. So even news reports and magazines are all raving and talking about this water, which is even better for us. But we are also featured in GQ magazine, New You magazine, Harper's Bazaar magazine. So these are the top publications in lifestyle. Like, well, what's a bigger publication in lifestyle than GQ magazine, where there was an article and we had a mention in there. So people are learning about this, but we're still at the ground level where most people have no idea. For the people from Ecuador that are on this, not a single person knows about it in Ecuador. We are introducing it, and you're going to see how this has exploded in all other countries all over the world. So there's a huge opportunity for you over there. But for the people that does see the vision and see where this water and this business company are going, we are making a killing and we're making fortunes. These are just some of the people from all different nations. This isn't just the United States. Here is our good friend Peter from Indonesia. This is Honor from New York. This is our good friend Eric from Hong Kong. This is our good friend, we were just with them, Bernard in Singapore. $50,000 in Indonesia. Same thing with the Philippines, goes a very, very long way. These are from some of our other events. One of our 7-figure mentors, Sam Sia. He's also one of our mentors for us over here, although his business, he's a 7-figure earner in Malaysia. And also in Malaysia, where the average earning of people is only like, I think it's like 10 to 30 US dollars a day. This business, you still get paid like the same kind of amount of US dollars outside in other countries. So Sam literally lives like a king out there in Malaysia. Here's some of our other people. I mean, people are just making fortunes left and right because of the growth that this company is having. And in the next 3 years, they're going to do the same thing, $1 million in the next 3 years. And then here's our team's main mentor, 7-figure annual year mentor, Romy Videra. Also has a very powerful rags to riches stories. When you get involved with the team, you get to I know a lot of us has been to his mansion, his waterfront mansion in New York. We do a lot of Justin was over there. We do a lot of mastermind. We do training over there. We also do fun barbecues and stuff over there. Very, very humble and low-key guy, but very big thinker. Okay, so now here you can see the movement spreading all over the country, also all over the world. I mean, this is just a few of hundreds of pictures from different events. We just came back, did a big event in Singapore, a big event in Japan, and another big event in the Philippines, which I'll throw those pictures to update this in a future webinar. Okay, so that's the company, that's the company, that's the business. Now we're going to go into the money. How we actually get paid with this company, and how we actually do the business. That's how we've been able to be so successful. And I like to start off with this quote: "People who succeed at the highest levels are not lucky. They're doing something differently than everybody else." And that's by Tony Robbins. I like to start with this quote because it's very true. You know, it's just the actions that we do that are able to create the results that we have. So that's what we want to instill in you guys that are already distributors, and also for the ones that are just getting started. So before we begin, you guys should have your worksheets in front of you, because we're going to be crunching some numbers over here, and we're putting together a game plan for you guys. If you don't have a worksheet, just make sure you got at least a paper and pen. You could just draw out some of these charts as we go along. Make sure you have a calculator ready. You could use your cell phone, or if you have a calculator, because we're going to be crunching some numbers. And we got everybody on mute, but remember, you got the chat. If you have any questions as we're going along, I want to make sure that nobody gets left behind. So I'm going to be asking if everybody's finished, just put down your yeses. But so I can move forward and make sure nobody gets left behind. Okay, so the intended outcome of this workshop is so that you can see, let me get this out of the way. So you can see and understand the Enagic business in the same way that we do, so that you can duplicate and achieve the same massive success in your life. The only reason why we're able to do so well in this business is because we have the clarity of what we have in front of us. Okay? Clarity leads to power. So clarity in the product. I mean, we've been doing this for a little over a decade, and we've already helped out thousands of people in the time that we've been doing this. From a wide range, I've had people that were completely bedridden, couldn't get out of bed. That's able to. I've met them on at a dance floor where they're dancing. You know, so I know I have a clarity in this product, in this water, this miracle water, that if I give it to somebody, it's going to help them. So it doesn't stop me one bit from going to anybody if they're complaining about aches, pains, if they're a family member, that I have something to offer them that could possibly help them. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I have that clarity in the product. We also have the clarity in the business. Okay, so I know how lucrative this business is. I know how easy it really is. Because I came from a background where I had no sales, no marketing background. I was an auto mechanic. I had no marketing, sales, networking, training, anything like that. I barely made it out of school. I'm a college dropout. It took me 5 years to finish public high school. So I know if I could do it, literally anybody can do this business. All you have to do is do what we do, think like we think, and you're going to be able to duplicate and achieve the same success. Last thing you need to have clarity about is clarity in yourself. So I purposely bolded in red because this is the most important thing, because you can have full clarity on the product, full clarity on the business, but if you don't have clarity in yourself, believe in what you personally can achieve, that's going to kill you right there. So that's the most important thing, is having that clarity in yourself, having that faith in yourself, knowing that you can achieve anything that you want in life. And we want to instill that in you. That's why we have like the masterminds and stuff like that. So remember that, the clarity in yourself, that is the most important thing. So the more clarity that you have, the more power you will have. The more power that you have, the more money you will make. And we have the vehicle to take you there. Okay, so first we're going to start with the 8-point partnership program. That's how this company actually pays us. I'm going to pass the mic over to Chris, get out his screen share so you guys are able to see him. Chris, you're over there.
All right, you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, clear. Before I go with the comp plan, just to give my own little testimonial, with Enagic, we're such a unified community. When I first came to Jason to learn about the business, I was completely lost and had no idea what I wanted to do with myself as far as a career. And this community, and thanks to him and his family, I've grown so much because of this opportunity, and now I have my business is growing. So we're all here to help everyone grow. This really is my second family. Enagic is a family here, and I'm gonna get into the compensation. So basically, Enagic has a patented compensation plan. Basically, for all of our products, we pay out 8 points per product. So think about it as a pizza pie, and that there's 8 slices in our pie. For every machine that goes out, these 8 slices get distributed to all the distributors. Now, for our flagship products, we're going to cover 3 of the products today, which is the K8. So the K8 point value, or what each slice is worth $340. The SD501, the point value is $285. And the Junior 2 per point is $160. All right, so each machine, when sold, 8 points go out, but depending on the machine that is sold, this is the amount per slice for our compensation and what we get. So for the example of the numbers and advancing in rank within the company, I'm going to use the SD 501 as the example, so you could see how the money grows through the company. All right. So when you start off in this business, you start off as a 1A. So the 1 stands for the point that you're going to receive, and the A stands for agent. So you're a 1-point agent. All right. Now, at a 1A, when you start in on the business, if you were to sell an SD 501, you would earn a commission check of $285. All right. Now, I'm just going to use Jason and Justin as examples here. If I sold a machine to Jason at the 1A rank, I would earn $285. Now, the beauty in this business is it's very team-oriented, and we want to help each other grow. And the reason why, if Jason were now to sell a machine, he would earn $285, but I would also earn $285. If the person, let's say Jason had sold to Justin, Justin now sells a machine and earns $285, Jason earns $285, it comes back to me, I would also earn $285. And this continues to go out and continues to happen until all of these 8 points are distributed to distributors. All right, I'm going to give some examples after I go through the ranks. All right, now you start off the business as a 1A. Your first promotion just happens in 3 sales, and you get promoted in the business. And the next promotion after 1A, you're a 2A. So now you're a 2-point agent. If you were to sell a machine, you would earn 2 points of commission. So for a 501, it's 570. All right. In this example, again, if I were to sell a machine to Jason as a 2A, I would earn $570. Now, if Jason sells a machine as a new distributor, he's the 1A, he would earn $285. But because I sold to Jason as a 2A in the business, I would earn $570 off of his sale. And this would continue to happen down the line. All right. Justin, any questions in the chat, or we're good to go?
No, all is well, man.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks.
After 2A in the business, the next promotion is when you reach 10 sales. Now, these 10 sales don't have to be directly from you. This is 10 sales from your team. So it's your team sales. And for example, if I had sold the machine to Jason and sold a machine to Justin, those would be 2 of my sales. If they each went ahead and sold 4 each, that would equal up to 10. And I would be getting promoted to 3A. So it's a 3-point agent. At the 3A rank for a 501 sale, you're earning 3 points, which is $855 for one sale of a product. That's a nice check to get in the mail, right? And now on top of that, if that person decides to get referrals on the business and they end up selling a machine, again, you get paid $855 continuously as the referrals get made and those 8 points are getting distributed. All right, the next rank after 3A is 4A. To reach 4A rank is when you have 20 team sales. And at the 4A rank for a 501, you would earn $1140 for one sale, earning 4 out of these 8 points. And again, this would continue happening. I sold a machine to Justin. I earn 1140 here. If Justin goes ahead and sells a machine, I'm also going to earn 1140 off of that sale and future sales down the line. All right. The next promotion after 4A is 5A. And to reach 5A is 50 team sales. At this point, you're earning 5 out of the 8 points for a direct sale of the product. And you would earn 1425 for that sale. And again, this would continue down the line just by helping your team make sales in the business. You would earn 1425 off of their sales. All right, and then the next rank, and this is like our first leadership rank within Enagic, is 6A. When you reach 6A, this is 100 team sales. At the 6A rank for a 501, you would earn 1710 off of that sale. And if this person were to introduce it as well to other people, you would earn 1710 off of that sale. All right, so does anyone have any questions with the ranks, how it's paid out? I'm going to go ahead and give some examples. Just type yes in the chat if we're good to continue. All right, awesome. We got some yeses in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and do some examples now. All right, so let's say we have, for our first example, let's say there's a 6A, there's a 2A, and a new 1A. All right, so this 6A introduced it to this person, and this person introduced Enagic to this person. Now, if the 1A were to get a sale, they would get 1 point. All right, now, since they got 1 point, there's 7 left to get paid out of that 8. So this 2A would earn 2 points. And now there's 5 points to get paid out within the business. This 6A is only going to earn 5 points instead of the 6, because there has to be a total of 8 points that get paid. All right, we'll do another example. Let's say there's a 3A, a 2A, and we'll even put a 5A at the bottom here. So this person introduced it to this person, which introduced it to this person, okay? And this person, the 5A, is getting the direct sale for the product. So the 5A, because it's a direct sale, would earn 5 points right off the bat. And there's 3 points left to get paid. Because this person is a 2A and there's 3 points to get paid, this person would earn its 2. Now there's 1 point left to get paid. Out of the 8, this 3A would earn 1 point. So this is how the 8 points are distributed to amongst the distributors. All right, having the 8 points. All right, everyone understand those examples?
Give me a hands up if you guys understand. I'm looking, I'm watching you.
Let's get a hands up in the chat.
Let me see. for the people that that don't have their cameras on, do you mind turning your cameras on so we can just see you guys? Wesley, Juan's iPhone, Ricky, Ali. I think everybody's good though. What I say.
All right.
Continue, bud.
All right. So that's the basic 8-point payment system within Enagic. From going from 1A to 6A, which is our first leadership rank. I'm going to be going into now the other ranks after 6A, and we're going to go over how you could achieve them. All right, so first we have 6A, which is our first leadership position and our goal to reach. At 6A, remember this is 101 sales. So you have 100 sales, your next sale after that would be at 6A commission. So it's 101 sales to become a 6A. At 6A, you're going to get a one-time bonus of $3,000. Just for hitting the rank, they give you a nice bonus check, which is pretty cool. All right. The next rank after 6A is what we call a 6A2. To achieve a 6A2, this is a minimum of 202 sales. And I'll show you guys how to reach 6A2 in a little bit as we go through the ranks. All right, as a 6A2 in Enagic, you would earn a one-time bonus of $6,000. And you're also going to get paid monthly and quarterly bonuses as well for your overall team's volume. All right. The next rank after 6A2 is a 6A2-2, and we'll go over what the dashes mean later. But the minimum amount of sales for a 6A2-2 is 404 sales. At the 6A2-2 rank, you would get a one-time bonus of $12,000. You would get your monthly and quarterly bonuses as well. So your team at this point, compared to a 6A2, your team is doubled. So your monthly and quarterly as well goes up as you hit this rank. And the next rank after 6A2-2, this is the rank that we really want to strive for. And this is a 6A2-3. The -3 rank is a minimum of 808 sales. And at the -3 rank, you'll get a one-time bonus of $25,000. You'll get your monthly and quarterly bonus, and you'll also get $5,000 a month guaranteed for the rest of your life. Even if you did nothing, if nobody sold machines, if you decided, hey, I don't want to work today, I don't want to do nothing, $5,000 for a month for the rest of your life. So this is like the main goal, thinking long term to reach, but actually not even that long, because we have people within the company, they've achieved this rank within a year's time. So they're really, there is what you do in this business, your success, it all depends on how you want to work it. There's people that have achieved this in a year's time, so it's definitely possible for everybody else out there to do the same. All right. So now we're going to go over basically how to achieve these ranks and how to map out how to get to the -3. And like Jason had mentioned before we started, there's a lot of teams and distributors. We're doing things a little bit differently than other teams and distributors out there. again, I know in order to reach this rank, it's a minimum of 808 sales. I know teams out there for within Enagic that have way over 808 sales, but they haven't achieved this rank yet. And it's all about understanding how to get here. And that's what we teach people and mentor you to do. That way you could long term have this set up to achieve this. All right, so we're going to go into the 682-3. I ran out of room, so I'll just write this down really quick again. All right. So our goal is to reach the 682-3, but our first step is to hit 682. So how do we get to 682? Well, a 682 is someone who has produced 2 6As. So for example, if this is me and I sold a machine to Jason, I sold a machine to Justin, and if Jason and Justin both went 6A, I would become a 6A2. Now, how do we go from 6A2 to a 6A2-2? Well, a 6A2-2 is someone that needs 2 6A2s. How do we achieve 6A2? We just did that, right? 2 6As. All right, and now how do we get from the -2 to that -3, right? So we want to be a -3. You would need to produce 2 -2s. How do we get to -2? Is 2 6A2s. And how do we get the 6A2? They produce 6As. All right, so this is how we could map out how to get this -3. In order to reach a -3, the mindset, right? You could think 808. I have a lot of people tell me this, 808 sales. To reach the -3 rank within Enagic, everything's all a matter of perspective. 808 sounds like a lot for one person, right? But if you have 8 6As, 8 people that have 100 each, that perspective change, it sounds a little bit easier to achieve. And just helping the team grow, help the community grow, that's how we could make it so that we reach that rank. Another thing with Enagic that we teach for the business, each person could own 3 IDs or profit centers. So normally when people build this business, they would just get their machine and this is their, this is their ID, this is where they're making their sales. In order to achieve the -3 rank, you have to worry about having a -2, having another -2 in your business to rank you up. Now, in Enagic, because you could have 3 IDs, these 2 locations could be your own. You could own these profit centers. So what we teach people, if you want to achieve this long-term success with -3, You come in on one machine, and you could have another product, whether it's a machine, our Ukon, a turmeric, or our shower unit, the Inespa, and this would be your second profit center. And now when you make sales, you would make your sales from this profit center instead of this one. And now reaching your 682-3, we make it a lot different, because now you don't have to produce these leaders, these centers for other people. You already personally own them. You just have to worry about this. So if you teach other people to build the business like this, personally, you need 4 strong leaders to work with, and you would help them build their business. I learned this from Romy. Romy himself. Successful Kangen distributors are people that create disciples, people that create followers, people that follow in this vision of Enagic. With this structure, if you create 4 leaders that follow the same vision and help them grow their business, you could fast track your way to the -3 rank, which is what we're all after. Jason, I think we pretty much covered the comp plan.
You know what, Chris? Could you actually show me again what happens when those 2 -2s go -3? Right.
Okay. So
I always like seeing those.
Yeah. So another beauty about the 3 IDs with the 3 profit centers in Enagic, there's other ranks past this -3. This goes on. The next rank after this is a 682-4. Now, at the -4 rank, you're getting $50,000 as a one-time bonus, and now you're getting $10,000 monthly instead of 5. Now, how do you get to the -4? If this is a -4 up here, you would produce 2 -3s. Now, if you could have 3 IDs and this could all be you in your name, let me just redraw that down here. We have the 682-4, 682-3. You would earn $5,000 a month on this ID, $5,000 a month on this ID, and $10,000 a month on that. So you could, by doing the 3 IDs and setting yourself up in the beginning of your business, you could guarantee that you're gonna not only just get the 5,000 for hitting -3, in total you could get 20,000. Just monthly, on top of the commissions, monthly and quarterly bonuses. So there's so much money to be made in this business if you structure it and do it, properly from the beginning, and we could help you do that. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And so I love seeing it. And Justin, you make a good point there. That's just with 8 good leaders in your team, in your organization. You get those 8 go-getters, and they're going to carry you all the way to the top with your 3 IDs to the -3, -3, and -4. All right. Now, who likes those numbers? Let me just get a hands up. Actually, do we know how to hands up, or just say yes, or anything like that? Say yes over here. Let's see a hands up. Actually, I know I like those numbers. Because there's really nothing in the industry that's going to pay you with a compensation like this. The compensation plan is globally patented, so there's no company that can actually copy it. So there's literally nothing out there that will do this for you. And what Chris just showed you is not all that this company pays us. We have 9 different bonuses. Chris just went over actually one. We have another bonus called the educational bonus, which is once you become a 6A, because they pay us 8 points within 8 levels. Once you become a 6A, now they pay you down to infinity on any sale going down all the way to the moon and back. You still get a commission on those, and they're still as high as $200 on every machine, no matter how far deep and down in your organization is. So that's just the educational bonus. Like Chris mentioned, the monthly and quarterly bonuses. Those 2 bonuses in itself could be a full-time income. Actually, my dad's monthly and quarterly bonuses are each 6-figure checks monthly. So those are big bonuses. We're not even going to talk about those. We're talking about just the basic 8-point structure. We also have the bonus he talked about, Chris. It's called the loyalty bonus at $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. It goes all the way up to $25,000 a month as a -6. And we're going to go over just one of the other ones, because this is one of the early ones that for you new distributors and for distributors that's been around for like a year or two, and you're reaching that 6A, getting there up there. Like you, Chris, you're going to really want to know about this, because this speedy bonus, you're making a ton of money off of this one. This one was called the 6A Group Sales Award. So this is, once you become a 6A, Chris mentioned, you get $3,000 just for reaching the rank as 6A. Now, once you hit 6A, they give you 6 months worth of bonuses. That's called the 6A Group Sales Award. You could get an additional $4,000 every month for the next 6 months once you hit 6A. How much you get at the end of the month for the next 6 months depends on how many team sales you're getting and how many direct sales you make. Let's say, for example, to get this 25,000, it's not. Oh, you know what? That's 2,500. I gotta take a 0 out of there. Okay, so let's work this 2,000. To get this 2,000 over here, in that month, your entire team had to only make anywhere between 10 to 14 sales in your entire team. You personally only had to make 3 sales that month, and you get an extra $2,000 bonus. Let's say you made no sales that month, right? Let's say you made no sales, but your team produced 20 sales in your team. You would still get $1,000 bonus, even if you made not a single sale. It was just your team's making sale. The company's still going to give you $1,000. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so you get how that worked out. This is your total team sales. If you made, even if your team made less than 4 and you made 0, the company's still going to give you $200 at the end of that month. So every month for the next 6 months, they're going to give you one of these figures, and it all depends on this. You guys got that? Let me get some yeses or raise some hands. Okay, cool. I'm going to do an example. Okay, so let's say your team in your organization did 6 sales, and you only did 2. You personally did 2 direct sales that month, and your team produced 6. Actually, those 2 counts towards your team. So even if they only produce 4 plus your 2, that's a total of 6. So you have a total of 6. Total team sales, including your directs, and you personally made 2 directs. How much would your bonus be that month? Throw it in the comments. 2 directs. We got 1,000 from Esther. Anybody else? How much do you think? 2 directs and 5 in your total team. 2 direct sales and 6 or 5 in your total teams. Could be the same amounts. How much? Someone throw in the comments. Anybody? Anybody? Not exactly sure? 1,000 from Ant. Alrighty. Both of you guys are correct. Yeah, 1K. Yeah, so 6, 2 directs, you get 1,000. Okay, so let's do another one. Let's say in your total team you did your entire team did 16 sales and you did 3 direct sales that month. No, actually, let's switch it up. You did your total team did 16 sales and you did 5 direct sales that month. 5 direct sales and your entire team total did 16. Your entire team, including those direct sales, do. So even if your team only did 11 plus your 5, how much would you get in your sales? We got 2.5. Justin got a 4. Anybody else want to throw a number out there? So we got, what did I say? I said 5 direct sales and 16 team sales. 3, 4, 2.5. Okay. Anthony, you got it right. It's 2,500. I threw a check in there because you got that extra 0 over there. I figured I'll throw you off. But yes, because remember you got 16 team sales and anything more than 3. It's still these numbers. So you're gonna get 2,500. Your team made 16. You got your 5 directs. You get an extra 2,500. So and then so the max payout is about 4,000. So let's say even have that at the 2,500. 2,500 in the next 6 months. Let me do that calculation. 25,000 next 6 months. That's another 15 grand. If you only get if you're hitting this in the next 6 months, another 15 grand the company give you. So for those that are 5As and 4As getting close over here, you want to pay attention because this is a ton of money that if you're not maximizing it, not paying attention, you're going to lose out. Actually, I was on my my UCA and 6A, I wasn't paying attention to this, and sometimes I put sales not direct to me. We'll place them in certain positions, and I totally forgot about this. I wasn't even maximizing this. I missed out on a couple $1,000s. So for those that are getting closer to 6A, make sure you work on this because you only get it for the next 6 months after you hit the rank as 6A. So that's just extra money that the company throws at you because they just throw money at us left and right. All right, so now I want to show you guys how we go about the business, how we make, now you know the vehicle, how we get paid, and now how do we actually do it and get these sales. Let me hop on a screen share now. You guys are going to want, actually, we are going to the calendar. Actually, I don't need to go into screen share. We are going to, you guys have got the worksheets. I want you to go into the worksheet that says 4 categories. You guys got that? Let me get a thumbs up or a yes in the chat. Let me get this PowerPoint really quick. Okay. Yeah, that's right. If you don't have the worksheet in front of you, just draw this chart. Just draw this chart. 4 categories of customers. You got 3 columns: categories, sales per month, sales per year, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So just draw that out. If you don't have the worksheet, if you weren't able to print it out, if you do have the worksheet, that's the one that you want to be using. the 4 categories of customers. Alrighty. So basically, in your business, in your team, your organization, everybody in your organization is going to fall down into one of these categories. Okay, you got end users, sometimers, part-timers, and full-timers. People in each one of these categories are going to produce more or less sales for you. We'll start with the first one. We got the end users. In our business, there's people who absolutely love the water. Remember, we're dealing with the miracle water. Literally, we've been able to help people with all types of autoimmune disorders, all types of joint and aches and pains, arthritis, osteoporosis, stomach problems. We've been able to help all these people out. They love the water. They're not really interested in building a business or making an income. Their main interest is just getting their life back through the health, and we'll be able to do that. So that's what we call an end user in our organization, someone who just loves the water, doesn't really care about money at all. An end user, now think about an end user in your organization. How many sales per year? How many sales in 1 year do you think an end user in your organization would produce? Remember, they don't really want to make money, but they might love the water so much they might tell a friend. You know, maybe they know another friend with arthritis or another friend with diabetes, and like, you know what, this helped me with my diabetes. You should check this out. How many sales per year do you think you can produce from having one end user in your organization? I got maybe 1 to 2 in a year. Yeah, I would say so. Anybody else? We got possibly 3. Anybody else? I want to hear from somebody in Ecuador. Yeah, there you go. 2, yeah, I would say so. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty accurate. There's really no motivation over there, but they love the water because it helped their life. Okay. Now, the next category we have what's called a sometimer. A sometimer in your organization is a person that might be really interested in the health benefits that they can achieve. They don't need it, but they're very interested in it. Let's say maybe they're in the fitness industry. They want to get that extra edge in performance, but they love their job. They love being a fitness trainer. They love what they do. So it's not a big priority to make extra money. How many sales per year? Maybe they'll talk about the water, or maybe they want to make a little bit of money just to maybe go on an extra vacation that year. So maybe they'll talk about it when it's convenient. Maybe when they're at parties, maybe when they're at a social gathering. They're like, hey, you got to check this out. So they kind of want to make money, not very motivated, but they will talk about when it's convenient for them. How many sales per year do you guys feel like a sometimer in your organization would produce for sometimers? Just throw it in the chat. 1, we got a 3. Just Esther says 4. Yeah. Just I'm not sure you said 4 or 5 for end user or sometimer. What did that put?
Sometimer.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got 4, maybe 5. Yeah, I would say that. I would say in a year. I would say maybe even on the high end, I would say you might get as much as 10 and anything in between. 5, 6, 7, anywhere in between in an entire year from a sometime. Because remember, they have a little bit of motivation. They want to pay. They'll talk about maybe they're very social. Maybe they're not social at all. So maybe you could get as little as 2. You know, so it really depends on the person. Okay. Now you have what's called part-timers. Part-timers are the people in your business that they have a 9 to 5, but maybe they hate their job. They're super motivated to become a full-time distributor and make this a living. They want financial freedom. They want time freedom. Maybe they want to be able to spend time with their kids. Maybe they make good money, but they in their job, but they work 80 hours a week or 60 hours a week, and they never see their family. So these guys are super motivated, but they still have their job that they need to sustain until they can make an income. So these guys work their job 9 to 5, and then they work 6 to midnight on their business because they're really motivated to eventually go full time. How many sales per month do you think a part-timer spending maybe at least 20 hours a week on their business, or 15 or 10 hours, whatever it is, how many sales a month do you think a part-timer could create in your organization? So right there, we got 3 to 5. Got 3 to 5, 10, 15, 30. And then we got everything else with the team. We got 4 over there. Yeah, I mean, there's different varying levels of a part-timer. And you got 3 on the low end, 10, 15 on the high end, and 30 on the real, they have a huge network. Okay, awesome. Now you got the full-timers. Full-timers in your organization. These are the people that if they don't make sales, they're going to lose their house. All of their livelihood rests on their Enagic business. Okay, how many sales a month do you think you can that you will get from one full-timer in your organization? We got Chris. Was that 4 for the part-timer or full-timer? I think I saw that earlier. Full-timer. $4, $10, yep. Anybody else? And remember, we're talking about direct sales. 30, got 5, got 30, 5 to 10, yeah, so everything in between, 6, 7, okay. Okay, now what I want to show you guys, because you're going to see how powerful this business model, the compensation plan, really is, because we're going to work with small numbers over here. Because what I like to do is I like to what you call under-promise and over-deliver. You know, so I want to under-promise the strength of this compensation plan and what it can do. So you know, in the compensation plan, you got the ranks from 1A, and you got 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A. Okay, so I went on the promise. So let's go with the part-timers, right? We said part-timers can produce anywhere between 3 to 5 to 10, 15. I would say this is pretty accurate. 10 to 15. You could get a part-timer that could do that. There are that have. This is a rare number. These are closer. But I'm not even going to use these numbers. Okay, I'm going to say a part-timer in my organization that only makes 1 sale a month. Okay, I'm going to multiply that by that part-timer. There we go, 1A, 2A, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your income exponentially grows as you get up. But I'm not going to use the 6A, 5A, 4A, or even the 3A. I'm going to say 1 part-timer in your organization only in your 2A leg. Remember, you get to 3A in just 10 sales. I had a guy over there that did that overnight. Literally, his first meeting already did over 10 sales. Actually, Dr. Ray, I'm talking about Mikey Mattress. Actually, Dr. Ray, he's one of our chiropractors on our team, is actually at that meeting Mikey did 12. He's a 3A overnight. But I'm not even going to use the 3A. Like, that could literally happen overnight as soon as you start. But 2A, one part-timer on the 2A, only making one sale a month. In your organization, that's one sale a month. One organization that's one sale a month after a year, 12 months. Remember what we said. We're going to use our flagship model, not the K8. So remember we had the K8, the SD501, and the Junior 2. I'm going to use the SD501 for our compensation, the middle one. That's $285 per point. So on the 2A, that's $570 times 12. So a part-timer in your team that only made one sale, only on your 2A leg, that's 12 sales in the year. You still made $6,840 from their direct sales. So that's just from the direct sales. Now remember, they pay 8 points within 8 levels. You get your indirect sales, your team sales. So on your indirect sales, indirect, okay, so let's say the indirects are still only 1. I still just want you, I don't want to go any higher. So let's just say it's just another 12. That's another 6,840. So that's times that by 2 in 1 year. From one person on your team, fix that 8. 1 year, one part-timer in your team that only made one sale, only on your 2A leg, you're still earning $13,680 from just that one part-timer. So imagine, we didn't say 1, these guys could hit 3 to 5. If it's a good guy, it could even hit more. So let's say if this was on the 4A leg, not the 2A leg, that would be double. That would be $27,000 from one person in your team. That was on your 4A leg. If it was 6A, then that would be significantly more. And still, if they only made one sale. Now, if this number goes up, they did 2 sales, still on your 2A, 2 sales, this would be double if they did 2 sales a month. That's double, and they're still on your 2A leg. If it was 2 sales a month, 2 sales a month on your 4A leg, that'd be a much higher number. I don't even know the math for that number. Anyone have a calculator that could do that? So if it was 2 sales, so that's double. Actually, let me see if I can figure it out. So it's 13,680 times 2. So if it was 2 sales, that'd be 27,360, right? So if it was 1 sale, if it was 2 sales, it'd be 27,360, and they're still only on your 2A leg. If the person part-timer in your team was doing 2 sales a month and they were in your 4A leg, I think that means that could be actually double, right? So that's times 2. So now we're not talking about 13,000. We're talking about 54,720 that you would get from one person on your team that was a part-timer doing 2 sales a month on your 4A leg. Remember, to get to 4A, it's only 20 team sales. Okay, 20 team sales. You don't have to sell 20 yourself. 20 team sales, you're a 4A, and your part-timer only made 2 sales a month on your 4A, selling 501s, and you made 54,720. Imagine if it was 2 sales on the 6A from one person on your team, okay? So I want you to get that. Okay, so now, let's say a full-timer. We said a full-timer could do 4, 5, 10, 30, 67. Oh, no, that's a 6 and a 7. 67 would be great, though. But remember, I want to under-promise, over-deliver. I'm not even going to use the 5 or the 4. I'm going to say a full-timer that spent, that eat, breathe, and sleeps Kangen. You know, that's all they do. They do at least 40 hours a week. Let's say a full-timer in your team only did 3 sales. I know me and Nelly could consistently do anywhere between 10 to 15. There are people that are even better sellers that can even do more than us, you know. But even if it was only 3 and they're a full-timer on your team, and we're not going to go any higher, we're still going to stick to the 2A rank. Okay, so that's sticking to just the 2A, so that's 570 times 12.4, 36. Okay, so I did do that right? So that's 20,520 just from the directs from your full-timer. Okay, that's only on your 2A leg, right? If you're doing a full-timer, 3 sales a month on only your 2A leg, then you get that 20,000. Just hit that mute.
Hey, what's up, Mark? Really quick, anyone that just joined, just to mute their mics.
Oh yeah, actually, I could even do it over here. Let me find it. I know who hopped in.
You're good, man.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so full-timer, 1 full-timer in your team, making 3 sales, only on your 2A leg. At the end of the year, you've earned 20,000 from them. But remember, we get paid on indirect sales too. I'm going to use the same low number, which means even from the indirects, that's another 20,520 from one person. That's a full-timer in your team. So at the end of the year, let me times that. At the end of the year, from 1 full-timer on your team, 1 full-timer in your team that only did 3 sales, only on your 2A leg, you're still earning 41,040 from that one person on your team that only did 3, only in your 2A. So just imagine if it was not your 2A, they were in your 4A because you hit those 20 sales and you got your full-timer, that's double. Okay, so that'd be 82,000. Okay, if it was a 6A, you're earning a 6-figure income from 1 full-timer that only did 3 sales in your team. So that's the power of this compensation plan. There's really nothing like it in the industry. Okay, that's why Darren Hardy. If you guys, anybody heard of Darren Hardy? Raise your hand or shoot a yes in the comments. Darren Hardy. He's so New York Times best-selling author of The Compound Effect, publisher of Success Magazine, one of the #1 authors writing books for entrepreneurs. What he says about our industry, he says our industry is one of the few opportunities that offers average people with above average ambition to achieve an above average lifestyle, peace of mind, and financial security. And I love that quote so much because that speaks to a person like me, you know, a person who took 5 years, got left back in high school, did a year of college and dropped out, went to fix cars, could make over $250,000 in a year and on the way to 7 figures. Okay, so that's the power that this industry and this, especially this business model has. A lot of those pictures that you saw earlier when there was those people that were presented those big checks up on stage, those are just average people just like me. You know, my dad's friends are like housewives and people with blue collar or office jobs. Just like Nelly, she worked in human resources. Also her. She just hit her second 6A promotion just last week. So she got 2 6A business centers. She had no sales background either. She's just doing what same stuff that we're teaching you right over here. Okay, so this is Important concept to know. So now, looking at this category, who of these 4 categories would you want in your team or in your business? Out of these 4 categories, put it in the comments. Put in the comments: end user, sometime, part-timer, or full-timer. Just type it out over there. This was one of the greats, yeah. All right, so in your organization, in your team, yeah, full-timer 1, full-timer, part-timer. All right, I want to hear from some of the people that I haven't heard from before. Well, Chase driving. Maggie, you want a full-timer on your team or you want a part-timer on your team? Are you? She's not able to type. Oh, okay. Okay, but I mean, it's pretty much common sense. We want our part-timers. We want our team to consist of part-timers and full-timers. Imagine you have 100 people on your team. Do you want that 100? You want 50 of those people to be? You want, let's say, 80 of those people to be part-timers, full-timers, sometimes end users. Of course, you want them to be. You want a larger percentage to be the part-timer, full-timers. These are the people that are going to make you big money in your business. Now let's take a look at what these people want. We got an end user, because remember, in our industry, we got 2 markets. We got the healthy market, the people who want to get well, the sick people, the people who want to stay healthy, vegans. That's a huge market. And then we got the business people, the people who want to make money. Those are 2 markets, business and health. Now, an end user, what do you think an end user is interested in between the 2 markets? Just type it out there. If you got health, just health. You guys are correct. They do not care at all about making money. They've been in pain for so many years. They've been bedridden. They've been suffering, having to take medications for so many years. They don't care about making money. They want to get their life back. A sometimer, remember, a sometimer is interested in the health and would like to maybe go on another vacation. They don't want to live paycheck to paycheck, but they do love their jobs. What do you think a sometimer in your organization is interested in? Throw it in the comments. We got the sometimers in our organization. What do you think they want? Health or money? Money or health? Throw it out there. Money or health? And say about health, maybe 30% money. Anthony says both. Money, health, and recommending it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They are actually interested a little bit of both. Right? Health and money. They have a little interest. Depending on the person, it could be a little bit more on whichever side. Now we got part-timers. Remember, they hate their job. They're super motivated to get out of it. They want financial freedom. They want time freedom. Whatever the reason why they hate their job, they're not appreciated. What do you think the part-timer is interested in? One says both, 50-50. Okay, say both. Esther says money. Actually, Esther, you're more accurate. It's the money they're really interested in because they wanna get out of there. Justin clapping over there. Yes, the part-timer wants to get out of their job ASAP. They want financial freedom ASAP. They don't want a boss that doesn't appreciate them, so they care about money. Now the full-timer is gonna lose their house if they don't make any sales. So they eat, breathe, sleep their Enagic business because their livelihood depends on it. What do they care about? Full-timers. $, yes. Exactly. Full-timers care about money, right? Now, you see over here, remember we want the part-timers and full-timers in our business. We want our organization to comprise mostly of these guys. And what is it that they care about? Money, 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 Chris says. Yes, exactly. They care about money. So that's what you want to show them. These are the guys that are going to make 10, 100, 50, 1,000 sales for you. These are the guys that's going to go 6A, 6A2, and dash 2, dash 3, and above. Yes, they probably have an interest in health. Some of them even have a need in health. They actually changed their life, and then it made them motivated. You always want to show people both, but you want to put most of your focus on this because that's really what you want to get. The Romy Videras on your team. This is what the Romy Videras are interested in. This is the stuff that that people like me are interested in. You know, I had to. I was in dire need of changing my financial status. So you're going to get a lot more interest when you lead with this. All righty. Everybody got that? Let me get a hands up or yes in the comments. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so now if you got the sheets, go over to the one that says your perspective determines your commissions. All righty. Your perspective, and if you don't have the sheet, just write it out. There's only one column, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, and only one row.
Jay, really quick. Juan had a question in the chat.
Yes, Juan. What's your question?
Hey, Jay.
What's up, Juan?
First of all, wonderful presentation. Second, do you know the commissions that we have in Ecuador are based on the Mexican price of the machine or the U.S. price? Because they're slightly different.
Yes. Not 100% sure. I'll double check with the manager in the Mexico office. I have a feeling it's going to be based on the Mexican prices. If that's what you guys are paying out there in Ecuador. It's only slightly different, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, for the SD501 is like 1,000, right? Just in probably $1,000. So.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
If you're not counting shipping and impuestos and stuff like that, the actual just raw price of the machine.
Oh, say again, Jess?
Just the only price of the machine, not costing shipping or the importation taxes and things like that. It's like $900 for the SD501.
$900 less. Okay. Yeah. Let me double check with Ari in the Mexico office. So we can figure out, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go with the Mexican pricing. Right?
Okay, thanks. Good.
Anytime, Ron. Okay, awesome. Okay, so you guys should have your perspective determines your commissions. Okay, so in the box, I want you to put your name on there. This is going to be for you guys too. Oh, actually, everybody got their sheets in front of them, and if you haven't got the pen and paper, you've written down your columns. Let me get a thumbs up or okay, awesome. Okay, so what I want you guys to do, and there's no right or wrong answers for this. So first, you put your name. Now, in the sheet, the first box where it says value, I want you guys to put the lifetime value of a person in your business that becomes a distributor. Okay, so there's no right or wrong answer. You could use the 4 categories we just went over, because maybe you want to get an average of those 4 categories. And by knowing with the network that you have, maybe this could be a higher number or a lower number, you know. These numbers are just from one of our past ones, but use a number that you feel confident to yourself. Just imagine as a person having a $sign over their head, what is that person worth it to you, their lifetime value to you. So that's what I want you to put in that value box, okay? How much is one person worth in your team? Okay, remember, there's no right or wrong answer. Just think about the figures. Think about the figures from this. You got the 4 categories to kind of give you an idea, and then you can also play around with the numbers in your head, because this is a number that's personal to you. So just write down whatever you feel. So let me know, everybody's good? You got the first one done? All righty. Well, you know what? When you're done, whoever is done, if you can, put it down on the chat. If you can type into the chat to say done or thumbs up. Okay. Maggie, you done? Maggie? Awesome. Okay. Looks like most people are done. Okay, cool. Now, the next comment, how many calls to get a demo or get a presentation or get them to this webinar? How many people do you have to call in order for them to attend a live demonstration or a webinar like this? How many people do you have to actually call to get one of them to go? So let's say you called 5 people, one of them showed up, you would put the number 5. If you call 3 people and you get one of them to show up, how many phone calls do you think you need to make in order for one person to say yes to attending your presentation? How many calls? And just fill it in over there. All right, 1, you got 5. So yeah, put the 5 in that box. 1, all right. And everybody else, can I get a thumbs up? You're done? Okay, cool. Okay, now, how many demos to get a sale? So for the people you know, how many presentations do you, let's say you get 3 people to see a presentation and one of them joined your team, you put a number 3 over there. If you got 5 people to see a presentation, one of them joined your team, you put a 5 over there. If 2 people saw one bot, you put a 2 over there. Okay, so how many presentations to get a sale? That's what you're gonna put in the box on how many demos to get a sale, how many presentations to get a sale. Do you feel? You know, if you know people that are interested in health or vegans and stuff, you'll probably have a higher number because they'll probably be more interested in the product. You know, or if you know a lot of people who like to invest in businesses, that'll probably be a higher number, you know. So depending on the people that you know, how many presentations to get one sale you feel in there? Does everyone got it? Let me get a thumbs up when we're done. Okay, looks like we're good. Okay, now how many calls to get a sale? In order to calculate this number, you're gonna take these 2 numbers and times it over here. So 5 times 3 is 15. So just take your 2 numbers and put it over there. Okay. Okay. So everyone should be done with that. Okay. Now, value of a call. What I want you guys to do is I want you to take this value over here, that first value that you put, and I want you to divide it by how many calls to get a sale. So let's say for this example, we got this 30,000 divided by 15 is 2,000. Okay, so that's how we got this value. So you take this number, whatever you guys have, divided by this number, and that's going to give you the value of each call. Okay, take this, divide it by that. Take your value, divided by how many calls to get a sale. 30,000 divided by 15, value of a call. And we'd like to see for you guys, put what you got for the value of your calls. The ranges are going to be so different, you know. So let me see what you guys got for the value of a call. I'm going to show you what this value is. The value of a call. Remember, you take this number and divide it by this, and you're going to get that. Okay, we got 5,000 for Ant, 3,000 for Justin. Essa, how many did you get? One got 3,300. I got 2,000. Nice, nice. So, what this value is, it's all about perspective. Okay, if a person in your team could make you this amount of money, and it takes this many calls to get this person. You want to think of it like this. For every time you pick up a phone call, you pick up a call, you speak to a person, and you put it back in your pocket, regardless if you made a sale or not, your perspective should be when you put your phone away, I just made $2,000. Regardless if you made a sale or not. Or, Esther, you just made $2,001, you just made $3,300. Because once you complete all of these, let's say this was 15, all 15 calls, and you finally get that sale, and that one person is worth 30,000 or whatever it is, then that's how much you're going to earn from that person. So every time you pick up your phone, now it's all about perspective. So if that was your perspective, when you pick up your phone and call a lot more people, right? Let me get a hands up if you would. If you got $2,000 every time you answered a phone call or made a phone call, you make a lot more phone calls, right? Well, that's exactly how this business works. This is my entire business. When I was in Asia for a month, I'm still grinding. I'm sending messages. I'm on Facebook messages. I'm still calling people. I got an international plan on this because this is my entire business. I can run my business anywhere in the world. And my income is literally, it matches. It goes hand in hand. The more time I spend on this, the more money I made that month. If that month I spent less time on this, let's say I spent half the time on this, my income actually drops to around that, give or take a half. So your income literally corresponds to how often you communicate. That's all we do in this business. We're just communicators. The more people we communicate to, the more sales we make, the more income that we make. So there's a saying, closed mouths don't get fed. If our mouths aren't open, we're not talking to people, we're not texting people, we're not messaging people, we don't get fed, we don't eat, we don't get paid. So remember, you make a lot. This is going to make you a lot of money. This is the only thing really required in this business. You know, I've done deals in Disneyland, I've done deals in Asia, I've done deals on the beach. All your money is dependent on this phone. You know, so use it. So with that perspective, you're going to use it a lot more. The last one, COA, cost of acquisition. This is a perspective that's also really important. It's really going to ramp up your sales. Cost of acquisition is when you look at a person, you want to know what is it worth to you to acquire that person in your team. Because if they're worth $30,000, you want to know what your cost is it to get a person that's worth $30,000. If they're worth $100,000, what is it worth to you? I'm going to give you a good example. So there's a guy named JV from the West Coast. There's a distributor named JV. JV is the guy who recruited my dad into his team. So when my dad first joined, he joined JV. So now JV's been friends with my dad for years. They've done business other businesses where my dad made a six-figure income, and he knew my dad could build. He's a full-time network marketer. So when JV wanted to acquire my dad had a dollar sign on his head. That dollar sign was a very big dollar sign. Okay, so when JV wanted to acquire my dad, he called my dad, and he paid to fly my dad out to California. He paid for a hotel to put him up in a hotel. He paid for his meals for 3 days for the weekend, and he paid for the ticket for him to attend one of those events. JV probably spent anywhere between $500 to $700 to acquire my dad, but he was willing to do it because the cost of acquisition on my dad's forehead was a very big number. Maybe it was a six-figure number to JV. So he was like, I'm going to drop $500 to $700 to fly him out and do this. The $500 to $700 that JV spent to acquire my dad into his team paid JV out millions of dollars. Okay, so that's just a perspective. So for you, when you're meeting people who could be potentially full-timers, potentially part-timers. What is their cost of acquisition? What's the dollar amount on their forehead? So would it be worth it? Is it a big number? Whatever this number is, maybe it's higher because they have a higher potential. So would it be worth it to maybe buy them a cup of coffee? Or would it be worth it to buy them lunch or buy them dinner or take them out for drinks? Because that's the little bit that you put into that person will acquire that person team that can make you a lot of money. For instance, JV paid hundreds of dollars to get millions of dollars. That's why we take people out for lunches and dinners all the time. That's a big portion of our budget, So know what every person's cost of acquisition is, so that you can acquire that person in your team, and that's all about perspective. That's why your perspective on Kangen determines your commissions. Because when you just change the way you think about things, it's going to drastically change the income that you're going to earn. All right, so everybody got that? Let me get some thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Okay, so now we can move on to the next chapter. Okay, for that, let me hop onto the screen share. And then get back onto the PowerPoint. Okay, do I got my PowerPoint back on? Can I, if I get a thumbs up from everybody, one, you're the only person I see, so give me a thumbs up. Everyone else got it? Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so what I want everybody to do when you do this business, it's think about the long game, okay? Because you can get rich really fast. But if you have dealt with entrepreneurship in the past, it's not like winning the lottery. You go through things. It's a learning curve you have to do. That's why we say Enagic is not for everybody. I like to say Enagic is actually for abnormal people. Why do I say that? Because people like us, we do what most people won't so that we can live a life like most people can't. And that's the name of the game when it comes to entrepreneurship. You have to do those sleepless nights or wake up early or go to sleep late or maybe even miss sleep, miss parties. Maybe you have to miss somebody's birthday. Or you got to work when you don't want to. I came back from Asia. I came back from a 17-hour flight. I had a 2.5-hour drive from Los Angeles to San Diego. You think I want to work? I definitely don't want to work. After this 17-hour flight, and I got a 2.5-hour drive. What did I do? Somebody was interested. I scheduled a meeting at a coffee shop in between LA to San Diego just to meet with that person. The sane people will do it after a crazy flight. We were all me and my whole family was disheveled. The kids were jet lagged. Nelly was jet lagged. I was jet lagged. I was half asleep on the drive home, and I still stopped to meet with that person. And that person actually just joined me a couple of days ago. But that's what we do. That's what what it takes to succeed in not just this business, but also in life. You do the hard stuff, life will be easy. You do the easy stuff, life will be hard. So do what most people won't so you can live a life like most people can. Next video. I love this video. This video went viral. It tells the story of entrepreneurship. I love to show brand new people really short.
Most people only pay attention to the final product of a successful entrepreneur. They say things like, I can never be like them, or they got lucky. What most don't see is what they've overcome. All the struggles, the daily rejections, the heartaches, the betrayals, the rumors, the criticism, the empty bank account, and all those lonely nights while trying to make their vision a reality. You see, the only difference between the one who quits and the one who doesn't is that they showed up every day. They worked hard every day. They hustled every day. They learned from a proven mentor every day. They improved every day. They did all this even though they felt like quitting every day. And eventually, they became who they are today.
I love that video. I mean, but that's the truth, you know. You want financial freedom, you want success, you want to be a millionaire, whatever it is, you have to put in the work. No excuses. Okay, so first 90 days in Kangen. Okay, has anybody over here heard of Eric Worre? Wow, how did somebody do this? It's on the screen. Oh, that was cool. But anyways, yeah, Eric Worre. So he's a trainer in our industry. He explains really well what it takes to launch a brand new business into the sky. And he explains it very much like launching an airplane. You know, do you guys still see me on the screen, or is it only you see me too? Okay, cool. Cool one. Okay, so Eric Worre talks about launching your business is like launching an airplane. You know, when you're launching an airplane on a driveway at the airport, in order to get the plane off the ground and into the air, you have to give it full throttle, right? Because if the throttle is only halfway, you'll never get enough momentum to get it up in the air. Same thing with your business. You want to give it full throttle for 90 days to get it up off in the air. Now, just like a plane, once a plane is in the air, you get to that cruising altitude, now you can pull the throttle back a little bit, you know, once you're cruising, because you can't keep it at full throttle the whole time. If you keep it full throttle the whole time, what happens to the plane? It runs out of gas early, and then it comes crashing down, right? Same thing with you and your business. Once you get it up in the air, that's when you can pull in the throttle, work off the momentum. Because if you just keep that all-out massive action for too long, you're going to come crashing. You're going to come crashing down. So for the first 90 days, they say all-out massive action. Literally, go crazy to launch your business, get it off, put as much time as you possibly can. If you're a part-timer, you need to work the 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is for your day job. 6 to midnight is for your dream. You know, so with that in hand, that's all perspective. What we're going to do now is calculate with all-out massive action what you can potentially make in income in this business. Okay, so we're going to go into the 6-month projection. I actually have to draw this out. So you guys that have your 6-month projection chart in front of you, pull those out. Okay, I'm going to draw it really quick. You got the, oh, that's too late. I'll draw it out. So for those that don't have the sheet, I want you to do this. Just draw it just like I'm drawing it. So you got this 6-month projection. Okay. We're going to need our calculators for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then rows, we have 1, 2, 3, 8, 7. Okay, so just draw it out with me. Just bear with me for those that has the sheet. 5, 6, 7. Okay, but this is the most mind-blowing part and the most important part. Actually, everything that we went through is really important. Direct sales. Indirect sales. You got cumulative. And then we got total commission. And if you haven't seen this before, I promise you this is going to blow your minds. Because when I first saw this as experience, this still blew my mind away. Okay, now we're done. Now, what I want to do, now everybody is going to have different values. Let me get out of the screen share. So I'm going to try to follow along a little bit slowly to make sure that everybody is on the same page, because everyone's going to have different values. I want everyone to get the right numbers for them, because this is their game plan. You know, so this is your game plan, what you can achieve, because everybody has different things. I'm going to use, I'll use the figures of one person to follow along, and then you guys use your numbers, but with the calculations, I'll tell you how to calculate everything, okay? Let's see. Let's use Esther. I'm going to use you as my subject matter for this exercise.
Called out. She's in trouble.
Huh? Actually, yeah. So you know what? Justin, if you could unmute Esther, I can actually do this along with her.
Sure.
And then everybody else use your own numbers, okay? Okay. So considering all-out massive action, okay, I want you to, everybody, you got to be honest with the numbers that you feel like that you can produce, whether it's low or high, whatever you feel like. Just be honest with yourself. Esther, in month 1, how many direct sales do you feel like that you could produce with all-out massive action, going crazy, being on your phone, like a mad woman? How many direct sales do you feel like you personally could produce in 1 month?
Maybe, honestly, I'm just throwing a number out there, maybe 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do that, at least you feel close, comfortable enough, you know? Yeah. Okay. Now month 2.
Probably 5 to 7.
5 to 7. I'm going to use the middle number. I'll use 6.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. Now month 3.
Maybe again like 6, 7, 5 to 7.
5 to 7. Okay. I'll use the middle again. Month 4.
Let's go for 10.
All right. You're actually extremely motivated that month. No, 5.
Probably maybe 10 again.
Alrighty. And then month 6.
I would say 10 again.
Okay. Okay, cool. Now, so everybody finished their column of how much they think at the end of the month. Now, indirect sales, Esther, for the people that you know, the people that you feel that you've recruited from those 5, how many indirect sales do you feel like these 5 would produce?
Maybe let's say 2.
Okay. Now, on month 2, those 6 people that you got, how many sales do you think these 6 people produced?
Maybe 2 again.
Alrighty. Now, from these 6 new people in month 3,
Say 3.
alrighty, and then month 4, these 10 people.
I would say maybe 3.
Alright.
Just to be conservative, I would say 3 all the way down.
Conservative, yeah. Okay. Definitely. Okay, cool. So now we got the first 2 columns done. I will make sure everybody else got their 2 columns. Write down done when you're done, or wave your hand. Okay. We got some waves. So everybody, you got the 2 columns? Okay. Cool. Okay. So we're gonna crunch some numbers over here. We got our cumulative. So actually under here, we're gonna put 2 numbers, the cumulative amounts and the month end amount. So at the month end, we made 7 sales. Okay, so cumulative, you have 7. Month 2, you made 8 sales, right? Now cumulative, we did 7 the month before plus 8, that is 15. Right? Okay. Now month 3, we did 6, 7, 8, 9 sales. We did 15 the month before, so 15 plus the 9 new ones. We have 24 total here. Okay. Month 4, we did 13 sales. Okay. We had 24 from the first 3 months, right? So 13 plus the original 24 that we had by month 4, we have a total of 37. Okay. You guys see how I got that? So at the end of month 5, we have 13. Plus the 37 that we had from the first 4 months total. That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, so that's 50. Right, and then month 6, we did another 13, plus a 50 from the first 5. So cumulatively, at the end of 6 months, we have 63 sales. So we got 63 sales at the end of 6 months, right? Okay, now we're gonna tabulate these commissions. We're gonna use the cumulative numbers to figure out what rank we're at, okay? So we're gonna use that using the SC501. At this rank, most of those, actually, everybody got these down. Let me get a thumbs up before I move ahead. Okay, cool. Okay, now we gotta calculate these commissions. So you got 7 sales in the first month. That means you're 2A, but the first 2 sales were only a 1A. So it would be 570 times 6. Okay, so in the first month, 3,420. Okay, you guys see how we got that? Alrighty. Okay, so make sure you got your first month commission over there. Okay, now month 2, we got 15 total sales. You're a 3A, right? But 5 sales is 3A commission. The first 2 sales are 2A. remember, under promise and over deliver. I'm not going to use 3A commissions. Just for easy math, I'm still going to use 2A commissions. 570 times 8. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 0. Okay, that's month 2. The actual will actually be higher because remember, most of these are actually 3A, but I'm still only using the 2A commissions just for that. Okay, now month 3, we're 24 now. So you're a 4A, but you start off as a 3 because you only have 15 still. So almost half of these would be 4A commissions. I'm not going to use 4A. I'll do everything with only the 3A commissions. Okay, so we'll do 855 times 9, 7, 6, 9, 5. Okay. You guys gotta all do your math. I want if you're done with all 3 months, raise your hand or say done on the side. Okay. Remember how we got that? So the first 7 we times by 2A commission. 2A commission is 570. Actually, if you're not sure what the commission is, ask what is 2A commission or 3A commission so that maybe Chris or Justin could input over there. So if you're under 10, remember that's 2A, and you're gonna do 570 times this, and that's gonna be this number. If you have over 10, that's a 3A. Then you could times these numbers by 855. You know what? It'd be better if I put them up here. Okay, so 2A, 570, 3A, 855, 4A, 4A is 1140, 5A, 1425, 6A, 1720. Okay, so you know what you guys need to calculate by. All right, so and use the smaller numbers. Okay, so use the smaller numbers. Let me know once everyone's got the first 3 months completed. Raise. Oh, perfect, Chris. You rock. So Chris got the ranks over there. So calculate. Chris, also put down how many sales you need in order to achieve that rank. Okay, so 10 for, 2 for 2A, 10 for 3A. There you go. 20 for 4A. That's 20 sales to be at 4A, 50 sales to be at 5A, and 100 sales to be at 6A. Okay? All right. Everybody got their first 3 months filled? Can I get some hands for those that got their? Okay. Cool. Okay. Awesome. Let's move forward. Okay. Now, month 4. We had 13 sales in month 4, right? 13 sales in month 4. Previously, we had 24. That makes us a 4A. So we could times those 13 times 1,140. Okay? So in this month, 14,820. Okay? Now, we could actually use the same exact number over here because you're still a 4A. You haven't reached just because you only had 37. So that's also 14. Got that. So I did 13. This was 37. So it's not 50 yet, so you're still a 4A, and times it by 1140. Okay, so 1140 times 13 is 14,820. Now, on the 6 month, you're finally a 5A because you got those 50. So we do 13 times 1325. That's 18,525. Okay, so that's what we got for the first 6 months. So how we got this, remember, you're a 5A now, so that's 5A commission, which is 1425 times 13 sales. Your next 13 sales, you're getting 1425 commission, that's 18,525. That's how we got that number over there, okay? Now, so keep calculating your 4, 5, 6 months. Now we got to get the total commission, total 6 month commission. We got the 18,525 plus 14,820 plus 14,820 plus 7,695 plus 4,560 plus 3,420. Okay. So extra, your first 6 months commission is 63,840 in 6 months. In the year, that's a 6-figure income. Crazy, right? How crazy is that? Would you be happy with that? Now, do you think this is achievable? Do you guys want to know how much my dad made in his first 6 months commission? His first 6 months, he did $100. You guys can see that bottom. 180,000 he did in his first 6 months. So this is definitely achievable, all-out massive action, and that's where we even use the conservative numbers. These are the conservative numbers, you know. So this is why this is the most important. This is a game plan. There's a game plan right here. Now you know how many sales you need and how many indirects these need in order for you to achieve this. So even if you got a portion of that, even if you got let's say 60% of that, it's still a really good income to start off with that you can grow. And it only, as long as you keep building, that's why I say stick to the long term, it just keeps growing. The more people you add to your team, the bigger this gets to the end of at the end of the year. Our income's consistently been growing since we started this, and the more we learned, the bigger the jump every year, you know. So this is a game plan. Everybody else, did they finish? They finished all 6 months. They got your totals. Can I get Everyone says, oh yeah, just said that was without social media. Yeah, that was without the social media. Well, actually, even both me and my dad strictly no social media at all. Near like the latter years, I started getting into the social media, but this was strictly word of mouth. Strictly word of mouth. When you guys finish your full projection, just shoot a done over here. Just put done. Wave your hand. Actually, put done. And I'd like to see what some of you guys total commissions. What you guys got over there. I know some of you are just watching on your phone. You're driving, so you couldn't do it. We're gonna have to sit down again just to do the 6 month projection for you guys. Hopefully I was able to explain the math good enough for you guys to finish your 6 month projection. Otherwise, We could always do it. 123. Awesome one. Yeah, man, let's do it. Ecuador, it's time to rip up Ecuador over there. And 34,000. Yeah, awesome, man. That's a full-time income at the end of the year, you know? So rock and roll that. And then the next year, you're going to be even better at it. You can even double that just by the next year, you know? So those are all great numbers. But now you have a game plan of what you want to shoot for, you know? So keep this. Use the paper. Esther, you wrote all the numbers down? Awesome, awesome. All righty. Okay, when I saw this, because I was really late in the game. When I saw this, I realized that I wasn't hitting my full potential because I was really lax in my business, and because I used numbers that like I felt comfortable, I knew that I can achieve. And when I saw those numbers, that was like a really, really big number, you know. And the fact that I don't hit these numbers every month, but I know I can achieve it, I realized I wasn't working full potential, you know. And now that I've gone through all this, since I've done this, I'm consistently hitting these, you know. So that's why it's very good to be as closely to the numbers that you feel comfortable with, and using conservative numbers is actually a good thing, you know, because even if you surpass that, it's going to be happy. And even with the conservative numbers, it still amounts to a huge number over here because of how our compensation plan works. There's no company in the industry that has the compensation like ours that can do something like this with such small numbers like this. You know, any other company, 60 sales would probably make you like $500 or like $1,000 or something like that, you know. Okay, awesome. So we're just wrapping it up. Let's move it along. Okay. Oh, actually, am I? No, I'm not on the screen share, right? All right. Let me screen share and then just finish up over here. Okay. Okay. So how to quickly grow a massive business. I learned this from one of our seven-figure mentors. Actually, he's the Singapore top earner in Singapore. He says, he told me, Jay, you want to build a business quickly and as fast as possible. Don't focus on selling to people who want to buy machines. Focus on selling to people who want to sell machines. Okay, so remember, the people who want to buy machines, those are end users. Those are some-timers. Those are people that are perfectly happy with their business. Those are maybe restaurants, maybe people who want the water or juice bars for their business, you know. They're customers. They're not going to sell machines for you. Focus on selling to people who want to sell machines, because those are people that are going to make 10, 100, 1,000 sales for you that's going to move you up and right. So focus on selling to people who want to sell machines, not to people who want to buy machines. People who want to buy machines, they're going to show up. They're going to be there regardless. People are sick all over the world. You're going to get end users left and right without even having to look for them. You're going to hear it in conversation. You're going to sell to them. Make sure that your focus is on the builders, the people who want to sell, the people who want to make money. That's who's going to amass a fortune for you. End users are going to come regardless. We live in such a toxic, sick world. Right? Okay, so what do we do? For the people who want to sell machines, we introduce the business. For you that got for somebody that have a handout, we have flyers to help you with introducing about the business. It's the Romy Story flyer. That's been proven. We've been using that for the last 12 years. But introduce them into either water or the business. You want to be faster, make it the business. Edify the leaders in your team, in your organization. They're making it happen, making tons of money. Show them social proof. Connect them with our social media. Connect with them on my Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Explain the compensation plan. We got videos that explain the compensation plan just to get their feet wet, give them a little taste of how we make money in the business. Then once they got their interest, after you've gone through the first 3 steps, invite them to this workshop or the live demonstrations where they can learn about the water at the demonstration. They learn about how to make money through this online workshop. We do this online workshop every Thursday at the same time, 6 p.m. So every Thursday you can plug them in over here. If they can't make it Thursday, speak with your sponsor. We'll see what we can do to work out maybe a recording or something. But it's always better live. Get them to the live workshop or demonstration. So we're going to be doing that every week. And then you teach your team to do the same exact thing. Follow the 4-step funnel. Get them into your live presentation, either through this workshop or the live demonstration. Once you have a huge team that's just doing that, then the income just starts rolling in. And it's passive income. Regardless if you're awake or asleep, you still got money. If you're away on vacation, you still got money coming in. Set big goals, dream big. This business is literally just a numbers game. You know, you want to make money fast, then increase your numbers of people that you're talking to. Because it's just a numbers game. You enter 3 people a week into your sales funnel. That's 12 people a month. Maybe you'll produce 1 to 2 sales a month. If you talk to 3 people a day, that's 21 people a week, 84 people a month. You can make anywhere between 16 to 20 sales, 16 to 20 new team members. You want to increase your team and your sales, increase the number of people you speak in a day. So remember what I said with the phone. How much you earn every month correlates to how much time you spend on this phone. You speak to more people a day, the more money you are going to earn. This is going to be your best friend. You're going to make a ton of money just using this. All righty? So clarity leads to power. Remember, clarity in the product of what this product actually does for those end users, clarity in the business, how lucrative. A lot of people don't even realize. If you know someone who's been in a network marketing industry or anything like that in the past, they've seen compensation plan after compensation plan after compensation plan. In time, they all look the same. You put them in front of this, and they see this for the first time, it blows their minds. You know, they've never seen anything like this. They've never seen numbers like this. My dad's been in over a dozen companies. It equated to a 6-figure, 150, 200,000 a year. Applied to these numbers, it equated to 150 to 200,000 a month. So as long as you get their eyes in front of this, so that's what we know. What this business has to offer. We're completely clear with that. And then clarity in yourself. You want to have that faith. Because anybody who's reached any level of success had to believe they can achieve it first. You know, if you don't have that belief, you'll never get to that level. So it starts with your belief first. It starts with the faith, knowing your abilities, what you're going to be able to achieve in your life. And you have the help of some of the most successful people in the industry that's backing you up with Team Impact. Reach out to me directly on Facebook if you need help with anything. Because remember, how we make money is by making you make money. So we want to see you guys succeed as quickly and as possible. You know, so there's a lot of team effort in here. So what's next? Talk to the person who invited you to the video, to your sponsor. You want to strategize a bit. Some of the guys over here in New York, when we get back to New York, you want to hash out anything. We want to see you guys make money. Let me get out here so you guys could see me again. And then we're gonna make it happen. You get a lot of support from us. You know what? I'll let Chris on the mic. He's got a great story. When I first met him, he was doing valet. That was the only job Chris has ever had. Chris is never even going to need a job ever in his life. He went straight from being a valet, working on cars, to this, and he's rocking and rolling. Had an awesome month last month. Chris, you wanna share a bit? I'm gonna see if Nellie's ready.
Well, yeah, for me, the business pretty much changed everything for me. My whole situation and story for me before I got into Enagic was I attended college for 2 years. On my 3rd year of college, I decided to drop out. And, it's weird. My entire life growing up, I was always the nerdy kid, a huge backpack in school, and you just get into college, and it's just different. It's different than high school. It's. I feel like the school system doesn't prepare kids for college and the future in general. I guess that's another conversation for another day. But basically, I was so lost, and for me personally, I guess subconsciously I always knew about Enagic because my family and Jason's family were actually really close family friends. When his parents came over here from the Philippines, my parents were like one of their first friends here in the States. So growing up as a kid, seeing his dad with the business, I guess it was probably in my subconscious mind growing up. And during a dark place and where I was feeling lost, I just like Enagic, it literally just came to me, and I looked into it, and I went over by Jay, and wow, what a transformation since day one, I have to say. And we're still continuing to learn, and grow with the business. So I'm really grateful for the family and community we have here. So that's my story to the business. I love this. I live and breathe Enagic.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the growth I've seen in the last year, Chris is about 5'8" now. What are you, like 2 to 3 sales?
A couple of sales away from 5'8". It's definitely going to happen this month. So
nice, man. Yeah, definitely. I like to have Nelly hop on, kind of elaborate a little more on our story. We were really bad shape. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute myself. Mute me, Jess.
Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, we got married at the age of 24 years old. And we got ourselves into a huge amount of credit card debt. It was about $65,000 in credit card debt, and that's true just because we bought our home, we furnished it, and we were just happy. We just got married, and we said, sure, 0% interest, just put it on the card. So, but anywho, we just got ourselves into a huge amount of credit card debt. We just got very depressed. We would, argue over expenses, and we couldn't go out even to go out to eat or see a movie, because we were constantly just checking our checking account. And it just came to a point that we needed help, because we were headed down bankruptcy, at that point. So we reached out to Jay's dad. He was doing very well in the Enagic business. And we just asked him for guidance. We were looking to change our life, completely, because we were headed down a bad path. And he told us exactly what we needed to do. We changed our mindset. He told us exactly what we needed to read, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, all these mindset books. And once we got ourselves on that right track, changing our mindset, then we were able to just change our life, and that's when we started to do very well in the Kangen business. My husband actually started doing it full time. I was helping out in the beginning. But then I decided, once we paid off all of our credit card debt, we paid off our $65,000 in credit card debt. We paid off our student loans. I had about $18,000. My husband had about $21,000 or so. And we paid all that off, and we were able to travel more a couple of times a year. And then I said to myself, why not do this full time with my husband? Because I was working since the age of 16 years old. I was working in a bank. I was working for 18 years until I left my job, and I quit my job last year, May 30th of last year. So my 1 year is coming up. So, and I think some of you saw my Facebook Live. I think Justin or a couple of you saw my Facebook Live that I had taken that last day, because I really wanted to record that day because it was very special. And it was even more special to me than it was to pay off that credit card debt. It was a relief, and we celebrated that day that we paid that off. But for some reason, quitting my job after 18 years just made me emotional. And I just wanted to inspire other people to share with them my story, and so they can know exactly that this is possible, and before Enagic, I never thought any of this was possible. I never thought that I can spend 24/7 with my family and with my girls. Now I can homeschool my girls, and I'm with my family all the time. We travel the world. We have complete time freedom, because prior to leaving my job, we were kind of still tied down because of me. I was still in my 9 to 5. So I had 5 weeks vacation, but it wasn't enough. I wasn't completely free, So once I did that, then we were completely free as a family to do as we wanted. And we were able to move to the West Coast. So right now we're on the West, in California right now, and we are building a team here. We have our awesome team in New York. We're building a team here in California, and now in Ecuador as well. So we have Juan here, I believe, and Justin. So we are building an amazing team out there in Ecuador. This business is exploding everywhere. We just came back from the Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, and Japan. And we've been seeing it with our own eyes, how big this is growing. So Ecuador is on the map this year. We're exploding out there. So am I leaving anything? I know we could. I quit my job last year again. So what else is going on? We travel the world right now completely free. And it's just been a complete life changer. It's a blessing, a huge blessing.
Yeah, awesome. I like what you mentioned about Ecuador, because Ecuador is in a very special moment right now, because we're not there yet, and we're seeing the seedlings of it. Justin, I'd like you share with the other Ecuadorians on here just the mission and the vision for us over there in Ecuador.
Yeah, of course, man. And obviously this relates mainly to Ecuadorians, but it can also relate to anybody that would actually join Juan or mine's team as becoming part of the Ecuador movement, even if you were in the United States or wherever around the world, right? So there's something really special about this moment, as Jason said, because timing is everything. The only reason one of the biggest reasons that Romy was able to make it where he is today is because he saw the vision when it was still fresh at that point in time, right? It's still possible at this point, but he saw it when it was just emerging throughout that part of the US, Philippines, and things like that. So that makes it a very, very special time for Ecuador and all of Latin America, because it's basically like in the incubation period, so to speak. Like there's only one office in Mexico and there's one office in Brazil. And that's the only office in South America, and they speak Portuguese. So it's completely different compared to Spanish-speaking Latin America. So it's basically in that primal stage where it's right in the beginning. This is where we get all the founding members together, and basically as Jason and Chris covered via the compensation plan, all of those people coming in, starting with Ecuador, but it's going to blow up throughout all of Latin America, are going to end up being connected to you, which means if you're in the beginning of it, then you actually get compensated the most in the long run, and could be another story as big as Romy. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, awesome. And that's exactly how it happens, because actually all of Asia and Europe stemmed from United States distributors, so because we don't have the inklings in South America that the Ecuador, we're going to start it in Ecuador. The rest of South America will be stemming from Ecuadorian distributors, so it's a very, very powerful time for them over there. We're glad to have you guys and everybody else, Toronto, United States, and our South America brothers and sisters over there. That pretty much wraps it up. Ask your sponsor, your team member, what's the next step? What are we gonna do to apply this? Remember, we got next week. You want to bring anybody in next week workshop, same time next Thursday. All right, guys. I know it's late over there on the East Coast. Have a good night, everybody. Love you all, and we'll talk again later, guys.
Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Chris. Nelly.
Bye.